we go, all nicely colorful and very well suited for what I want to talk to you about today. So today, a very special episode on Style with Roses. You know I'm all about budding, blossoming and flourishing roses. So in a garden of roses in the rose bush, there'll always be those particular little roses that will just pop out and stick out for everyone to see, and everybody just wants to pick on them. But these roses have also got another side to them that we don't often see. Today we are talking about recognizable faces, and who better than the ones that are featuring prominently in Zambia's first telenovela ever, ZUBA. I admit I'm addicted to it, so I know them inside out. So today the budding roses that I have the pleasure of spending time with are Mwaka, who plays ZUBA, Zara. And then I've got Sophie Chapeshamano, who also now plays Natasha. And as cute and as beautiful as they are on screen, they are in real life. So today, stay with me. We will have an amazing conversation with these two budding roses. You don't want to miss this. Stay with me, only on Style with Roses with me, Rose CBC. I can't wait to hang out with you. See you in a bit. Welcome back. You are watching Style with Roses with me, Rose CBC. And today we're all budding up in here because I've got two amazing budding roses that are just to die for. And I'm excited. I'm better than you because I'm hanging out with Mwaka. Hey, Mwaka.
Hello.
And Sophie Chapeshamano. How are you, Sophie?
I'm great.
For those that don't know, we get to show off because Mwaka and Sophie are actually lead actresses in Zambia's first ever telenovela that we are so proud of, called ZUBA, meaning sunshine. So Mwaka plays ZUBA and then Sophie plays Natasha. So they're in our households every day, and I admit I am so addicted. But today, the conversation that we want to have and why they're here today is these are now recognizable faces, meaning they are role models for the budding generation. But how do we react to them? When they're on set, they're in this different persona. When they're here, real lives, real people, how do we deal with that? So they're here to talk to me about that today, and that's super exciting for me. But before we do that, I want to put them on the spot because there are things that we probably don't know about them that we would like to know. And that means we're going to play what we call Rosy Minutes. So I've got some questions here. I'm going to just throw them at you. And you give me answers just as they come, one word here, there. Just keep it real and keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Because if you do, I know then you're going to lie. And Auntie Rose will always know when you're lying. It's like, Are you ready?
Yeah,
on a count to one. So I'll just throw in between the two of you. Whoever answers it quickly. So, Sophie, singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Coffee or champagne?
Champagne.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see the sun?
Happiness.
The moon?
Blue.
Hear baby cry?
I feel sad.
When you see an expensive car?
Drive.
When you see money?
Gimme.
When you see smoke?
Bad.
And then when you see something black?
Mystery.
Coins?
Spend.
Tires? Odd one there. What's the first thing you thought of when you see each other? What's the first thing you think of when you see each other?
Cabbage.
I love this one. What's your favorite flower?
Rose.
Thank you. You better say rose. That was good comeback. That's a trick question. Favorite song?
Sweetest Tabusha Day.
Favorite book?
Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist.
Ah, longest word you know.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Ah, you didn't or you went there. This one, have you ever been caught stealing?
Yes.
Oh.
She's not perfect.
How do you like to spend a rainy day?
Sad and inside.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you like the sun?
Yes.
We should have put that to Zuba. Do you like the sun? Okay. Can you share one quote or saying that keeps you going in life?
One quote of saying that keeps me going in life. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes! Okay, now, Sophie, you just turned 21, and I don't know if Mommy wants to hear this. And what would you like to say to your ex-boyfriend?
Thank you. Next.
Pass. Clever. Safer. If someone made a movie of your life, would it be drama, comedy, rom-com, action, or what would sci-fi?
Drama. I was gonna say drama.
What's your ideal holiday?
Ooh, Bora Bora. The sun.
Bora Bora.
water.
How old is the oldest pair of your shoes in your closet?
10 years. I have
10 years.
I have letting go issues. I just look at them.
How many times do you look at your phone?
Can't count.
Like 1,000, like we literally had to get it off. And how many slices of bread are in a loaf?
10.
Really? Worst thing about film? What's the
Takes
worst?
continuously doing the same thing the same time, like over and over again.
Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Yeah.
What other character would you play apart from ZUBA?
Wada.
Wana, there she goes. Wana. Oh my God, this is getting so exciting, but we really need to get to the reality of it. This has been so much fun with these two budding roses. You want to keep watching Style with Roses. Today we're talking recognizable faces, and look at these cutie pies that I get to hang out with today. Two budding roses, Mwaka and Sophie. Don't go away. You are watching Style with Roses with me, Rosie BC, and now we take it to the couch. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Sophie Chapeshamano, and I'm a budding rose hanging out with Rose on Style with Roses.
Hi, my name is Mwaka. I'm a budding rose, and I'm hanging out with Rose on Style with Roses.
Welcome back. You are watching Style with Roses with me, Rosie BC. Today I'm hanging out with two budding roses by the names of Mwaka and Sophie. Very familiar to you in Zambia if you have caught Zambia's first ever telenovela called ZUBA. So today we're talking about role models and recognizable faces. So these are people that you actually see more than you even see your extended family members. You know why? Because you see them on TV, you see them on social media scrolls, and we make an opinion of them. We forget that they have lives outside who they represent when they are on screen. So today, let's find out from the young ladies how they are handling that huge responsibility. Is it a huge responsibility, Mwaka?
Yes, it's a very huge responsibility. I mean, you have to always watch what you say, what you wear, where you go, because you're always thinking people are going to talk. They might as well say good things about me.
That's right. And oh, Sophie, you like coming in so young. Belated birthday, by the way. You recently turned 21. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
So now 21 years old, in the public limelight, in a leading role for Zambia's first ever telenovela. How do you handle that pressure?
I would say it's really nerve-wracking because, like she said, you're always conscious of things that are happening around you and what you're associated with. And being 21, I kind of feel like I can't do what everyone else is doing. I kind of have to, you know, because you feel that you have a role to take, so you need to portray yourself in a certain way. If you want to have fun or whatever, you need to.
You can't just go down and do what you want to do, right? But did you ever see yourself as acting? I mean, two different personalities.
I've always loved acting. I started off on stage, that is in drama at school. And, you know, I've always known that eventually I would end up on screen, but I never thought it would come this soon because, you know, the film industry in Zambia has not always been very
it hasn't.
fast compared to others film industries. But this just came
at a surprising time for me. It was so unexpected, and now that it's happening, I'm just like, wow. You know,
And you are killing it, by the way, bringing all that sun to our screen.
Thank
and then
you so much.
Oh my goodness. And Sophie, how did you find yourself acting in one of Zambia's biggest productions?
I auditioned, actually.
Duh, Auntie Rose, like I auditioned, yes.
But yeah, basically, Auntie Becky, the woman who directs ZUBA, has always been a friend of my mom's, and my mom has been like my #1 supporter. So whatever I do when I'm debating, whatever, she's like cheerleading and whatnot. So Auntie Becky asked my mom, like, do you think Sophie can act?
Yeah.
You know, I know she debates, but can she act?
Yeah.
And mom was like, yeah, I'll tell her to come through for auditions. And here I am.
I'm loving, I mean, I've been hanging out with the two of you most of today, and I've seen the beautiful chemistry and sisterhood that you've got going on. These relationships in production, are they on screen or off screen? Do they continue?
Off screen, we are like a family. The good thing is, before we actually started shooting season 1, we had a workshop where we all bonded. We saw the best and the worst of each other.
Yeah.
It was
Kill each other when you need
to. It was quite intense. And so because of that, even off screen, we do have chemistry. You know, on screen we could hate each other, but off screen we're like the best of friends. And it's like that with different characters on set. So we all just have different relationships, but all in all, we're just one big happy family.
Oh, one big happy family. And that's what it is. One big happy family. We are talking role models and recognizable faces today. And who better to tell us about this than the newest happening actors in town on ZUBA. Don't go away. When we come back, they are going to tell us more on screen chemistry and how they're handling the popularity that they carry right now. Don't go away. You are watching Style with Roses. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are watching Style with Roses with me, Rose CBC, and today we have two budding roses, bright and colorful, because they grace our screens every day of the week. This is on Zambia's first ever telenovela called ZUBA, which brings us all this sunshine. I have Mwaka, who plays ZUBA herself, and I have Sophie, who plays Natasha. One big happy family. The two of you at the moment are actually now conniving, and you've become best friends. I mean, like, in real life, Natasha, you play a very tantrumy young lady, and we've seen you progressing. I confess, I'm an addict. Like, I watch ZUBA, so don't judge. So now, when you look at your real life off screen, do you see any similarities between Natasha and Sophie, the person?
Yes. You know, I feel like it's something a lot of us actors won't admit. There are actually like a lot of similarities between us and the characters we play. And for me, it's taken like reading a few of the scripts and understanding Natasha's emotions. And I found that I'm not as tantrumy as her or whatever.
But child.
Yeah. But we do have like a lot of similarities.
So if you had to change something about Natasha, what would it be?
Homegirl needs to relax at the dinner table. She's always starting some drama at the dinner table. It's like, girl.
Yeah, like, girl,
people just want to eat though.
Mwaka, you tell us about ZUBA, and yours is even like a dual role at some point, because you're playing ZUBA and you're playing Zara. And this is two worlds apart.
Yes.
How does Mwaka, the person, deal with those two dynamic roles?
I just like to separate them. I think of them as separate people. And as much as it's one person portraying another person, at the end of the day, I just have to study Zara as an individual and ZUBA as an individual so that I don't get them mixed up. And it's an interesting dynamic, I must say, although I do like
Would you like that? Zara, the clean, sophisticated Zara.
She's sassy, she's edgy, she's just everything that ZUBA would want to be, but she can't be. Because ZUBA is a little timid, she's decent, a little backward, and even
Sweet
though now,
innocence,
she's
Sweet innocent. So I'll come back to you. And then Natasha, for me, what I want to find out is obviously now you're a recognizable face. You are a role model to many young budding roses your age, the 20s. So how do you deal with all that attention that you get on social media? Because obviously you are out there. Do you get attacked as a person, Natasha? Or, I mean, as Sophie, actually, now in your real life, how do you handle the attacks and backlash that you would get on social media?
Ooh. I think for me, how I've handled it is just remembering that, okay, they're attacking Natasha and what Natasha did. They know Natasha, not Sophia. So that's what keeps me sane somehow. And to a certain extent, sometimes I feel good knowing that people react a certain way to the character.
Yeah.
Because then I'll know that I played it out well.
You do.
Because if I'm throwing a tantrum, I'm not supposed to look sweet or, people are supposed to get the message and it's supposed to make them feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just hurts if it's my picture and then they say, ooh, Sophie. When they say Sophie, then it's like,
Oh my God, it's hurting me. And then for you, Mwaka, I mean, you are already in the public space because you've been in media for a long time. You are a mass communications or journalism student, right?
Mass communication.
Mass
yes.
communication. So the arts have always kind of been in your blood and in your system. So for you, when you're out there as a media personality, as an actress, do you have those freaks coming up to you and saying, I want to date you, I want to be your man?
Oh my goodness. I've had moments where, say I'm at a restaurant and I'm just going to the ladies and someone will just shout, I swear I'm going to marry you. And I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you. I think, you don't know how to react. People just say the most random things and you're not prepared for that. So half the time you don't know how to react. But I've had moments like that where people just come up to me and just, say the most random things and
Yeah. Just before we quickly go for a break, Natasha, when we were playing our game, you said one of the favorite things that you like to do over the weekends is just stay indoors and chill and just read a book. You have an off day, you've gone out to the shopping mall, there's just Natasha in her tracksuit and just no makeup and nothing, and somebody comes up to you and says something horrible. How does that feel?
I don't think you can ever really say it will stop bothering you, It hurts for a few seconds, but then because it's something that it's the life you chose, you chose to be in the public eye and people will always have different opinions about you. So you just have to I developed a thick skin and certain things don't really bother me as much anymore.
I can imagine a quick one with you as well, Mwaka, just before we take a break. So you're out there and you just want to hang out with the girls or somebody special and then someone comes up. Did you find that intrusive?
I do find it intrusive. I will give a perfect example. It was my mother's birthday. We had dinner at Protea. I just wanted to have some nice family time and people were just like yelling and calling me to have pictures with them. And I'm just like, guys, I understand.
My time.
But at the same time, I wish you could understand that I'm human and I would like some private time with my family.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about recognizable faces, role models, and these two budding roses are doing exactly that. Today, we need to know that much as they're in the public eye, they have lives too, and they need a little bit of space. Don't go away. We're having an amazing conversation with Mwaka and Sophie from ZUBA, only on Style with Roses with me, Rose CBC. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm having such a fun time today speaking to two budding roses who are giving us an insight into what it's like to be in the public eye. Of course, I'm talking to Mwaka and Sophie from ZUBA. So you've got ZUBA herself and Natasha from the Sosala family, that family of yours. So we're all about greatness here. So we've had some great insights into their lives. And now it's a moment where we get to ask you, the word greatness is so broad. I mean, we are just, witnessing a very great production with ZUBA and bringing together all these great personalities together. But if we had to narrow it down, and I'll start with you now, Mwaka, this time, is what does greatness mean to you? If you had to define it in a few words, how would you describe greatness?
For me, the simple things in life matter the most. And greatness, I would say, is staying true to who you are,
Yeah.
despite everything you experience in life. You know, especially with all this fame and exposure, it's easy to get lost in it all.
Yeah.
But when you stay true to the simple things, you know, if you are a polite person and you stay true to who you are, that for me is greatness. Humility is greatness.
Love it, love it. And Natasha, boisterous, Miss Sophie. What do you think?
For me, greatness is peace with your inner self. Like she said, basically staying in touch with who you really are, and also being content with simple things, mostly loving yourself. And because I believe also when you have peace in your inner self,
I agree.
you bring out peace. Everything you do is just
Shows.
easier.
Yeah.
You have that effect on people. Your energy, your life is more in order when you're able to just have peace with yourself and in your mind. That's
Oh
the
my
best thing.
Oh my goodness, and they're so wise. Greatness is in the simple things. And what a better way to take a break than to just soak into the wisdom that has just come from these two budding roses. We will be right back with our last segment, which is Pass the Rose. And you get to see these two budding roses go out and inspire somebody else. Don't go away. We're having so much fun here. You are watching Style with Roses with Rose CBC and two budding roses. See you just now. And we are back to one of the sunniest episodes that we've ever had. I say so because we've got two budding roses from the cast of ZUBA, our sun that has been shining here in Zambia. So these girls are doing such amazing work, and you really deserve some rosiness in your life. So we just want to honor you on Style with Roses, to thank you for what you're doing and for coming to join us today. I've got some assistants. Please bring me the beautiful roses, so that we can give our traditional honor of the roses. So the roses always have a message. Every color means something. White is the color for youthfulness. White is the color of purity. White is the color that allows you to start on a clean slate. And today, everything that we've been talking about is to just remind you that you are special. You can start your life over on a clean slate at any given time. You need to remain as youthful and as sunny as you really are. And today we just want to hand these roses off to you. Oops, I almost dropped that. Mwaka, this one is for you.
Thank you.
That long-stemmed white rose must remind you all the time that as you blossom out, as you become in the fullness of what you were intended to be, keep your pure heart, keep your pure thoughts, and keep your youthfulness, because that's what we enjoy to see you give out all the time. And Sophie, my beautiful Sophie, let me even lean forward. This one is for you, baby girl.
Thank you so much.
You represent the budding roses that need to go out there and just burst out in their youthful, pure selves and enjoy your childhood. You only get one. So this is to you from us at Style with Roses.
Thank you.
Your awards of roses. But we always believe that when you give something away, it actually means something more. So we're going to ask you to please pass on the rose to someone in your heart, someone you want to inspire, someone you want to speak to remember who they are in their identity and their purpose, so that they too can be as youthful as you. Go for it. Who wants to go first? Should I throw it out there? Tasha, are you ready? She's happy. I'll get you. It's actually Sophie. I keep calling you Natasha because, like I told you, I'm addicted, so I'm allowed. You
Yes,
choose.
you are. I would like to give this rose to the mothers and the babies at UTH in the DO1 block.
Wow.
It's something very close to my heart because I lost my sister to hydrocephalus.
Okay.
And most of the children in that ward are battling most neurological conditions, and they don't really get to see happiness because most of their days are gloomy, full of medicine, operations, and whatnot. So, like you said, starting on a clean slate, from me to them, this should remind them that they too can start on a clean slate And there's a lot more to life than what is happening at the moment.
Wow. Beautiful. So to the babies at UTH, Sophie extends this youthful, pure rose to you. There is life that is waiting for you to bud out. Mwaka?
I'm going to give this rose to a young lady called Milimo Mwetwa.
Okay.
She's an upcoming entrepreneur and she runs a business called Custom Tassels. Okay. And she came up to me, well, through a friend, saying that she wanted to do some earrings for me. And I was like, I like studs, you know, I like simple. And then she just gave me, she told me she could give me different colors and whatnot. Basically, she does custom earrings with tassels.
Wow.
I wish I wore them today. I feel so bad. But anyway, they're beautiful, dangly. Yeah. She can do them long, short, always. And the thing is, she's so hardworking. She's so driven and passionate. And that inspired me because she says I inspired her, but she actually inspires me because she works so hard. She's passionate about what she does. And so, Milimo Mwetwa, Custom Tassels, this one is for you. Keep doing what you do. Keep working hard. Keep pushing. You will go far.
Amen.
Oh, Milimo Mwetwa, that was for you. There's a rose for you all the way from Mwaka, bringing you all that sun. And this is what we're all about. It has been an exciting episode, a very beautiful conversation with beautiful young budding roses. This has been Style with Roses. Don't miss it. Next week, we will be back with another budding, blossoming, or flourishing conversation. This is what we do on Style with Roses. So from me, Rose TBC, it has been amazing being with you. Don't forget, go out there, bud, blossom, and flourish. Until next week. Bye-bye.
No limit when you all about your business, running your race till the finish. What you want, you can do it. What you want, you can get it. You only got one life. Keep on chasing that sunlight. You can flourish if you do try. Blossom, let them see you in your new shine. Shine like gold, bloom like a rose. It's a long way from the ground up, but you keep it moving, keep it non-stop.